Hello everyone and welcome to This Week is Stupid for the 27th of March 2022. How are you all doing? I personally am not doing very well. I feel paranoid today. I think that the mainstream media is out to get me. Specifically, they're out to get this show. Now, they're not trying to censor me and turn me into a martyr. Instead, they are using new tools in order to accomplish the job. You see, this show is about making fun of articles. So what they're doing now is they're releasing articles that make fun of themselves so that there is no need for me. They're trying to take away my business. I mean, look at this one. The Guardian, Pulitzer winner. I'm very happy with my partner, but why would he divorce his wife? I mean, there's literally nothing that I can add to this. The humor makes itself. I can't contribute to this, chat. There is literally nothing left. And I'm worried. Like, what if more and more articles like this are going to start appearing? What am I going to have to talk about on this show? Hashtag concerned. Well, at least I have the Daily Mail. Man at the age of 24 is fined for pretending to be a ghost by making whoosh, whoosh noises and waving his arms about in the cemetery. A man who flapped his arms about in a cemetery making ghost noises within earshot of mourners visiting graves was fined and given a suspended prison sentence. My God, that is so progressive, Britain. That is so progressive. Wow, justice has been done. Punishment that fits the crime. Anthony Stoller, 24, was reported to the police after he was seen throwing himself backwards and saying whoosh at Kingston Cemetery in his town of Portsmouth, the city's magistrates heard. Shortly before that, Stoller, who is an unemployed person, was seen kicking a football at the graves with his friend. The prosecutor told while the football was going on, the defendant was effectively singing loudly and being disrespectful among the graves. He was throwing himself backwards, waving his arm about and saying, "Wish." I assume he was pretending to be a ghost. I assume he might have some mental illness, and the solution wouldn't be jail. But you know what do I know? I mean, I'm not a progressive British person. It's hard to understand people that are so progressive. They think things like this require jail time. I guess he didn't have a license. He didn't have a license to be a spooky ghost. And by the way, I do understand, like, disturbance of public peace and whatnot. But, like, don't you think it's a little bit too harsh? Like, suspended prison sentence? Really? The man clearly has issues. Like, just give him help. Put him in a hospital. You'd think that the academics, the smartest people of our society that feed on our taxpayer money, would find a solution for this man. They would be hard at work in order to figure out how to prevent society from being so bigoted towards people with mental issues. But instead, do you know what the academics are doing? Do you want to see the academics hard at work on your taxpayer money? I'll show you. But not the ones from the UK. I'll show you the ones from Canada. So here you go.
Now, I decided to write and submit my very own fat studies paper for presentation, and with the help of my brilliant researcher, I wrote an entire essay titled Embracing Fatness as Self-Care in the Era of Trump. I then submitted the abstract to the conference, and, oh, did I say that I wrote the essay? I meant to say it was submitted by C. Matheson, a wonderful and totally academically legitimate genderqueer fat pride activist.
All right, turn me into C. Matheson.
Ready? Oops. Hello, I am C. Matheson. I am an activist based out of Austin, Texas, specifically working with the non-binary and fat community. Trump's fat phobia even reaches into the United States international relations. In his dealing with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, Trump referred to the leader as, quote, short and fat. But by engaging in further degradation of fatness, noting that President Trump was, quote, definitionally obese and, quote, could share clothes with Jabba the Hutt. When it comes to Trump's fat phobia, often the current progressive left, they resort to fight.
Of course, this was all pure lunacy, and I was certain that the jig was up and that it would be curtains for C. Matheson in the world of academia. So imagine my surprise when this absolute joke was not only accepted to a prestigious academic conference, but C. Matheson was met with rave reviews. Dr. Esther Rothblum, PhD, even reached out to C. Matheson after the conference to peer review a paper on, you guessed it, fat studies. Look, Ma, I'm an authoritative...
Now that is very progressive, isn't it? That is how you properly use the taxpayer money. Know that every time you go to work and your boss gives you shit, and then you come home with a little bit of cash, the government reaches for that cash and takes it away from you because you don't deserve it. You don't know how to spend it properly. Instead, they give it to the free education, to the university, to the people that are fucking better than you. And those people, they know how to spend your money by doing the scientific method, by doing the rigorous peer review, by trying to find the truth that underlies the fundamentals of our society. And now, Steven Crowder is part of that group because he wrote something intelligent for once in his life. He did something intelligent, and he managed to become like one of them. I wish that I could be like Steven Crowder, but I'm not going to set him up as an example because he's probably going to get banned soon for this level of heresy. It's not that what he did, like what he did is great. You saw that. It's magna cum laude, it's admiration. But it's the way that he did it. He deceived people. And worst of all, he deceived his betters. He was like a snake. He went like... And now they are angry at the Crowder, and they're probably going to go after him. So I can't use him as an inspiration. So who do I use instead? You know what? This right here is the person I want to be like. I had brain surgery, but kept taking nudes in my hospital bed for OnlyFans. I look at this, and I want to be like her. I want to take something from this story and put it in my life. I need to look at Ruby May and find inspiration. Taking nude photos is always a no-brainer for OnlyFans model Ruby May. And the 25-year-old stayed devoted to her followers. Do you see? That's one of the reasons that I would want to be like her. Devoted to her followers. This is what I need to be. Devoted to my followers. And the second, even when she was forced to undergo brain surgery, she still kept working. So there are two main reasons that I like Ruby May. Strong devotion to my fans and a desire to never stop working and keep providing you with quality content. What do you guys think? I know what you think. You're like, V, what are you going to talk about? The international news. Everyone watches for the international news, right? So we're going to talk about something nuclear. Since Crowder brought Kim Jong-un, let's take a look at what's coming out of North Korea. And my God, is it beautiful. So Kim Jong-un and North Korea released a very interesting skit, which unfortunately I can't play with sound because it might get copyright strike. But you know what? Let's, okay, here I go. I'll try playing it with sound. Maybe nothing happens, right? So if it happens, I'll just edit it. But if I don't edit it, it means that it was okay. So first, let's watch the whole video, and then let's discuss around the video. So yes, this is absolutely real. It's not edited. It's not a movie. No, this is what North Korean propaganda is releasing to the public. So let's look at it again. Like, you have Kim Jong-un coming out in the middle next to two of his generals, and he's wearing like this gangster black jacket. It's almost like he's the boy from the hood. I mean, it's not something presidential. You know, this is what the Secret Service agent would wear. But no, like, he's the one that's the gangsta, and next to him are the military officials. And I love, like, right here, right? The door opens once, and then it opens again. This is some Bollywood magic. Oh my god. And now he's pointing. Why is he pointing? And there's a lot of pointing going on, actually. So he pointed one. Now slow motion. Pointing again. What do you think is out there, though? Because, like, he pointed to the left, and then he points to the right. Like, why not just use a firm sweep motion at the horizon, like if you're going to point at everything? And now he's just taking the piss. Like, he's pointing again, and he doesn't even look at the place he is pointing. He's that cool. And now we get to see the rocket, and we see the rocket again. There's like this guy inside. Shouldn't there be two guys, though? Isn't this like a machine that's operated by two people? Oh, never mind. No, there isn't. There isn't anyone. I thought there is someone, but no. I mean, maybe they're showing that this guy is so cool, he can drive this one by himself. He doesn't need the second guy. And now they're watching the clocks, and everyone is watching the clocks, and we're watching the clocks, and it's so dramatic because we're watching the clock. I never knew, like, watching a clock can be so adrenaline pumping, adrenaline inducing, but I guess, like, when you listen to the video without the music, this does seem kind of lame, doesn't it? I mean, the music makes everything. The music is what hypes you up. Otherwise, it's just like them looking the clock. And I love, like, the Bollywood thing that we're seeing here again. Is like, you get to skip to his face, and now his face. And as the time runs out, we get to skip to faces faster. Like, more faces, and now he takes off his glasses. Why did he have the glasses on if he's going to just take them off? What did you think? Like, if there's a rocket involved and an explosion, you need the glasses? But anyway, right. Now he gives the okay, I guess. And more pointing. Like, what is with this obsession with the pointing? I have never seen so much pointing in my whole life. Maybe it's a communist thing. It's about snitches, isn't it? Like snitching, like when you're in communism, you need to snitch, so you keep pointing at people. You know, in Romania, it's actually considered rude to point. I think that's why, now that I think about it. Holy shit, I just realized why it's rude to point at people in Romania. Because of the snitching culture under communism, if you pointed at someone, they might feel threatened because you're like pointing at them so that the Secret Service knows to get them. Alright, well, at least we covered North Korea. Now, let's talk a little bit about the experts. I love the experts. The experts keep you informed. Let's take a little bit of trip down to the memory lane. From the beginning of the year up until now. Not much time has passed, but, you know, the experts and their expertise is like science. It's constantly shifting. It's constantly changing. So we got Fed officials have 6 reasons to beat inflation spike will pass. So calm down, okay? No problem. Inflation isn't a problem. Inflation's silver lining, higher salaries. I'm curious, like, what is the target demographic for this type of articles? Like, just how dumb, how economically illiterate must you be to read this and say, yes, absolutely. I'm going to make more money. I'm going to be a millionaire. I hope they keep printing. Maybe I can have the $1 million banknote. Biden, make no mistake, inflation is largely the fault of Putin. So Putin went into the Fed and started printing money. This is what I understand. The Russians have hacked the printing machines. It's like, oh no, stop it, Russians. You're printing too much money. Stop it. We're going to have inflation. Bloomberg opinion. Take the bus. Don't buy in bulk. No, what the fuck? Like, even now, they're fucking it up. No, like, if it's inflation, you should buy in bulk. Because, like, if the prices go up every day, and you buy in bulk, you're making a deal. I mean, if you're in the hyperinflation la land of Weimar Germany, and the price of bread is like 4 times higher tomorrow than it is today, buying in bulk means that you actually save something. Whatever. Fine, don't buy in bulk. Listen to Bloomberg. They're the experts. The fuck do I know? Try lentils instead of meat. You know what? I'll try lentils instead of meat when I see the politicians eating lentils. When I see the rich people eating lentils, then I will try it. Nobody said this would be fun. Yeah, except when they started printing the money and were doing the welfare. That's when they thought it's going to be fun. Hey, vote for us. We're going to give you free shit. Can you pay it? No, we're just printing it. The American taxpayer will pay zero. Oh, okay. That was fun, wasn't it? And you know what else is fun? Food shortages. That's right.
Nothing more to report. With regard to food shortages, yes, we did talk about food shortages. And it's going to be real. The price of these sanctions is not just imposed upon Russia. It's imposed upon an awful lot of countries as well, including European countries and our country as well.
Now, if you're unaware, throughout human history, normal countries have always made sure that they have these 3 things before anything else. I mean, these 3 things are essential if you want a functioning society. And the things are ample supply of food to go for all the citizens, ample supply of water to go for all the citizens, and enough energy to keep the economy going. But America is not a normal country anymore. It is a progressive country. And in progressive la land, fuck the energy sector. Who cares about food? I don't know if they're going to go for the water, chat. Maybe they can get the hat trick. Maybe they want to create another problem because they just want to see how bad things can get. So when it comes to the energy, who needs energy? Oil, evil. Oh yeah, we need solar. We need China to mine those earth minerals using the slave labor. We need China to pollute, and we can import pollution from there. So, in other words, let's make sure that we cripple our energy sector because in case of war, tanks run on solar, right? And we move all our industry to China, and they can pollute over there, and then we buy things from them. Isn't that progressive? Oh, so progressive, so forward-thinking, oh, so amazing. And now the US president is coming out and is saying, oh, there's not enough food. Oopsie. Why is he saying this, though? Like, I don't understand. Why is he wanting to create a panic? I mean, this is going to create a panic buying, isn't it? Like, when you tell people on television, hey, there's not going to be enough of blah, people are going to start panic buying, and, like, the prices will go up as people buy more blah than they need. And by the way, I just love the difference between a conspiracy theory and reality nowadays. You guys remember when people were showing empty shelves on stores in the United States? And you had people on CNN saying, oh, well, my stores don't look like that. What food shortages are you talking about? What food shortages are you... And now it's like, oh yeah, there's going to be food shortages. I made a video about this. It's a very interesting tactic. Like, first, they say there is no problem and only conspiracy theorists are talking about it. Then they say that, okay, there is a little bit of that problem, but it's not widespread. Then they say, all right, there is a problem, but here's why it's a good thing. And then they say anyone complaining about the problem is an evil person. So I'm wondering, like, in the future, we're going to see, like, anyone complaining about the food shortages is in cahoots with Russia. But turns out, like, more and more conspiracy theories end up becoming true. Apparently, the US president now is talking about bizarre conspiracy theories about New World Order and shit. Don't believe me? Listen to this.
We are at an inflection point, I believe, in the world economy. Not just the world economy, in the world. It occurs every 3 or 4 generations. As one of the top military people said to me in a secure meeting the other day, 60 million people died between 1900 and 1946. And since then, we established a liberal world order, and that hadn't happened in a long while. A lot of people dying, but nowhere near the chaos. And now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there. And we've got to lead it. We've got to unite the rest of the free world in doing it. So anyway.
I mean, to be honest, I love Joe, the great unifier, the president of the US, ruling with a strong Marxist fist that keeps people clenched tightly together under the firm control. I mean, the way he deals with controversies is absolutely amazing. For example, when a reporter asks him about the Hunter Biden laptop, the way his staff dealt with the controversy is the way future politicians should take notes. They immediately cut off the audio and the video.
What was your message to President Xi, Mr. President? Is he agreeing on Texas, Russia, Mr. President?
Ah, Subarashi! Subarashi! What a progressive country America is. But you know what? I think there is more work to be done. I think you can get a little bit more progressive to the point where you won't have to cut the feed, where you could just have the reporter ask the president and he can be like, yes, that's my boy. He did everything. What you gonna do about it, huh? You know who I am? Do you know who I am? I'm a Democrat, baby. I'm a progressive and I can do whatever I want because I'm on the right side of history. Wouldn't that be amazing though? Wouldn't that be so cool? This is why I'm on Team Democrat. Put a D in front of their name and they can do whatever they want. My private Democrat can do whatever they want. You know what? We actually established something very important. We established that while bread might not be available in the future because of food shortages, maybe the circus can be available instead. Maybe people can be distracted with the circus. So let's stop talking about energy and food and corruption and all of that non-essential things, and let's focus on what really matters. What is the heart of American society? Because it used to be freedom and liberty, but now there is a new heart. There is something else that's beating, something else that's forming, a new progressive way of thinking. And we have found out about it on the nomination of the last judge on the Supreme Court. Listen to this, chat.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So you
I'm not a
believe the meaning
biologist.
of-
You know, it's like when science advances so much that most people don't know how to make fire without matches now. Like if you're out in the woods in the jungle and someone gives you a couple of sticks to make fire, you wouldn't know how because you're so forward thinking. Like you know how to use matches, lighter, but it's kind of like that. Like America is so far into the future, they don't even know what the definition of a woman is. Something that a kindergarten in Romania would be able to tell you. But like the kindergarten is in Romania, right? So it's a backwards country. It's a regressive society. We do not have the taxpayer money to pay the experts to teach gender studies to our kindergartners so that they don't know the definition of a woman. But I really like the style. You know, it's like the US president said that he's going to nominate the first black woman on the Supreme Court. But how does he know that she is black and how does he know that she is woman? I think that they probably got a biologist to check before the nomination. But not only that, I love the excuse. Like, this is the best excuse ever. From now on, if I will ever be caught by a police officer asking me, have you been drinking, sir? I will be like, I'm sorry, I'm not a chemist. I don't know. Did I ingest a drink? I have no idea. I'm not a chemist. Or, you're a racist. I can't be a racist. I'm not white. What do you mean you're not white? Look at you, you're white. It's like, how do you know? What is the definition of white? Tell me. What is the definition? Because if I look at my ancestry tree and I go all the way up, oh, look, a black person. What is the definition? That's an actually interesting thing. Like, you know, a lot of smart individuals are figuring out what YouTubers figured out 4 years ago. It's like, yeah, like with this mentality, you can't actually define what a woman is. But you can use the exact same logic to ask them the question. It's like, why can't a person identify as another ethnicity? They get really angry when you do that. Like, I saw there's like this gentleman who wanted to be South Korean, and I literally believe that he wants to be South Korean because he actually did the surgery and everything. So, like, he literally wants to transition to a different ethnicity. Why can't he, though? Like, because what is an ethnicity? Give me the definition. Give me the definition. They can't, right? So, if we live in a world where you need mathematical definitions for everything, then you can literally deconstruct everything because the human brain doesn't function on mathematical definitions. Like, for example, if you ask someone to define to you what a dog is, good luck doing that without actually saying that it's a wolf, you know? Like, but the brain completes the gaps. Like, we feel the gaps in our mind. But whatever, you know, I'm not here to educate people. I'm just here to make you laugh. And I'll end the stream with the best joke that I have found on Twitter. Apparently, this person on TikTok was struggling to say that I'm still learning. Any constructive criticism is welcome. To which someone says, what sexuality is that behind you? That's the German flag. But how do you define Germany, though? What is the definition of... Oh, you can't, can you? Why can't Germany identify as the United States? And then they can claim that they were the victors in the... They won World War I. They were the United States. There you go. Can identify as another country. Isn't that how it works, though? Like, why can't Christians do this? Why can't Christians will God into existence? Like, if you identify yourself as a Christian and you believe that God is real, wouldn't that someone say that God isn't real erase Christianity? Erase you as a Christian? Like, if you fast, if you obey the commandments, like, your life has so many restrictions. Like, there are so many things you want to do, but you can't do because God is real and he will punish you. The moment someone says God isn't real, then he is invalidating your existence. He is erasing you as a Christian. Isn't that correct? Am I wrong? Am I not following the logic? I'll probably get a lot of angry people that were going to be very angry, but they won't be able to articulate why. Anyway, right. Thank you for watching this. As usual, I'll be live streaming after this. If you guys want to follow me on my live stream, there's still a couple of news that I didn't talk about, including Justin Trudeau getting a little bit of egg on his face from the European Union. He came here and a couple of politicians, including a Romanian politician, wasn't very happy with his Canadian performance and called him out. Some of them called him a dictator. Funny stuff. We're going to watch that on my live stream after this. And the link is into the pinned comment. You can click on it. It will take you there. And don't forget, if you have money to spare in this inflationary period, like your wages have gone up, I've been told, please do consider supporting me on Subscribestar. There's also a link into the description, right? Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section, though. Take care.